Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? I hope you're doing well. It's Wednesday, June 11th. We have CPI in 7 minutes. Thank you for being here. Let's do a quick audio visual check. I'll say hello to my friends. Hey, Shake and Bake, Skyper, Hunter, Ted. How are y'all? Hope you're well. We'll officially get started in about 6.5 minutes. Between now and then, I need to get my brain warmed up. Get the brain connected with the mouth, take a few chart requests. Yeah, hit that like button, QBTS. If you're out there, let me know you're out there. Say hello. QBTS testing the daily 12 EMA. Potential weekly bull flag. Daily support 1609. 4 hour is not the healthiest pattern. That could be a little 4 hour bear flag. Bulls are bouncing nicely in pre-market. It's all about holding yesterday's low, 1686. Let's see. Bulls need to do something like this, get a shallow retracement and then a trend change. 1759 is the high of pre-market. Bulls need to get that trend change. Bears will be looking at top fish against 1895. Can I look at silver? Of course, Hunter. I hope the baby's good. Silver looks great. 49.51 was resistance. We got over that by 25 cents. Not a big convincing break over the 2020 high, but still a great move. Bulls are looking for a weekly higher low and a daily higher low. 47.09 fills the gap. Silver will likely be impacted by CPI. CPI moves the dollar, and that in turn typically moves metals. 47.39 is yesterday's low and support. We grazed oversold yesterday. Bulls are looking for that daily higher low. Hope you're well, Ted. Hey, Tess. Thanks, Shake and Bake. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Success. How are you? Another metals request. So gold, we have a weekly equilibrium. Monthly inside bars. What a beautiful chart. Daily, we have a double bottom, 305.06, 305.10. That daily higher low is now set. Positioned a little bit better than silver. It looks great. I just don't see any clues on shorter term time frames. You could call this an hourly equilibrium. So your pre-market support 306.50. Hey, DSA, Monish, PLTR. PLTR, we're up near all-time highs. There's nothing bearish about new all-time highs. Daily lower low is set at 118.93. We haven't been able to get over the all-time high of 135.28. We have enough room for a 4 hour higher low. Hourly equilibrium. And a squeeze. I like PLTR long. Hey, Casey, Skyper, taxi driver, GNS. Thank you for being here, everybody. CPI will be in 3 minutes. And the forecast is 2.5 year over year. Okay, GNS looks like a dumpster fire. When your chart looks like a ski slope, you've got a lot of debt there, likely. Think of all the bag holders you have overhead that are just waiting for price to come up a little bit so they can offload their bags. We did get a daily higher high. We did get a weekly trend change. but bears just continue to defend on pops. 48 cents is resistance. Support, you're breaking yesterday's low. Next support, 3175. Third double ear infection. Ugh. I had that with both my kids. Lots of ear infections. Tubes solved it. UNH, yeah, healthcare looks positioned to move. Yeah, UNH below the daily 12 EMA. On the weekly, this could still be a bear flag. We're still oversold on the weekly. It looks as though it's waiting on a news catalyst. Sometimes you can see charts and see that they're primed for a news catalyst. This has a beautiful 4-hour squeeze going sideways. I agree. There's some volatility building up here, some pressure. Let's see. Hey, Jungle Cat. Palladium. The white metals just look good overall. I think palladium's a white metal. Monthly chart, 1097 was our resistance. We got over that. We got a monthly bull break. Weekly uptrend. If you trade this, please be careful. The liquidity is low. Daily, we're looking for a higher low. We have a daily double top now. 4 hours maintaining the 12 EMA. 1068 is key support. CPI in 6 seconds. Let's go to the futures. And we got a bull reaction. All right, bull reaction. NASDAQ, we're over 22,000. 22,000 was our key resistance for NASDAQ. Now Dow, key resistance is 43,000. We got over it. We're coming back in. Let's look at what the data was. 2.4, a little bit less than what was expected. So a little bit less than expected on CPI. All right. So we go mark the high and low of reaction. And then if bulls and or bears are able to get over the high or break down the low of reaction, that sets the tone. All right, let's get on with the show. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is a show where I go over the indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers of the day. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Luri. If you want to give me a follow on X, that would be lovely. I go over this market environment dossier table that's looking more bullish than bearish, and CPI is definitely helping that. In the economic calendar, we have oil inventory at 10:30, and we have a note auction at 1 Eastern. So looking at ES, we have a bull reaction. Let me show you what, in my viewpoint, is the most important chart right now with the market. It's semis. So semis, we're looking for a potential monthly higher low. Weekly is in an uptrend. Daily is in an uptrend. 4 hour is in an uptrend. So bulls will be looking to buy the dip. And it is my stance that as long as semis are leading this move up, then I don't want to short the market. If semis are leading, I don't want to short the market. NASDAQ is getting over that 22,000 psychological. Your next resistance is up at 22,452. So we got a ways away. QQQ adjusted for dividends. We're within, I should be able to do that, 1%. Less than 1% away from all-time high on QQQ. And we're less than, wow. Yeah, 1% away from all-time highs on SPY. So the market is making a statement. We had Elon and Trump make up overnight. We have no bad news overnight on tariffs. And I think this tariff talk is just going to continue to go on indefinitely. So we will always be subject to tweets. So NASDAQ is over that key 22,000. 4-hour 12 EMA is your bull guide. If you use the 8 EMA, great. Doesn't matter, just whatever you use that as your visual guide. And you can see that it's supporting price very comfortably. As long as that's the case, bulls are in charge. RTY is benefiting the most from CPI because it's a risk on asset. And bulls are saying right now, okay, we're not so scared. CPI came in a little bit less and is making a bigger push. We see KRE, I just got an alert on KRE, which is small banks, regional banks making a breakout. Banks were positioned for a breakout. So RTY with a big move. So with Russell saying, hey, we're not too scared out here, risk on environment. And then we have NASDAQ over 22,000. We have bulls in charge, especially with semis leading. Dow is over that 43,000. Dow is up against the daily 200 MA. Your next resistance is 43,148. If XLF joins this party, that should help out Dow. VIX broke yesterday's low. So what I had from yesterday's afternoon market recap video was our key levels going into CPI were NQ 22,000, Dow 43,000, and VIX 1665. We broke all of those resistances and we broke that VIX support. That's good for the market. That's a good sign. They're saying that there's not a lot of fear in this market right now. Hey Jill, Curie J, Demo Trader, Duke of Booze. So VIX just continues to dump. Your next support on VIX is 1528. So we broke that March low. Last week we broke it, and we broke last week's low now this morning. So this is bulls on parade. Hang Seng was up overnight. DAX has gone from flat to green. Bitcoin, we have a potential daily bull flag, and look at this daily squeeze on Bitcoin. 4-hour equilibrium, setting that 4-hour higher low now at the 4-hour 12 EMA. ETH, 4-hour 12 EMA is your bull guide. Look at this daily squeeze on Ethereum that broke bull. Over the daily 200 MA, bullish. Dollars getting smacked down on CPI results. That's good for the market, generally speaking. You'll be looking for a 4-hour lower high on a bounce. Gold is benefiting. We got over yesterday's high now on gold. 4-hour higher high. Next resistance on gold, 33.98. Plenty of room for an hourly higher low on gold. Oil, we got over yesterday's high, but we're getting a little bit of an upper wick. Oil has inventory today. Here is the fly in the ointment for oil. The daily 200 MA is overhead. So we have this daily squeeze that fired long. That looks good. We have plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low. We do have inventory today, so be careful there. Silver getting a pop as well. 36.79 is resistance. We got a 4-hour lower low. Bulls are defending now. We've made enough room for an hourly higher low. And platinum, I beat the drum on this one so much, this monthly squeeze here. It had a quarterly squeeze, a 6-month squeeze, and man, is it going off. You look, it even has a 6-month squeeze. And we're over that resistance of 1233. Platinum looks great. You could keep that one on back burner watch if you trade futures. All right, Apple, daily inside bar yesterday. And if you were with me on live stream yesterday, I showed you why the likelihood of having an inside bar yesterday was the higher probability. And that's what we got. We have bulls up here testing yesterday's high, 204.335. On the daily, Apple's congested, all right? It's congested. On the 4 hour, we have a squeeze here. Apple's set up well for a leg up if bulls want to get off their duff. Apple has the most buybacks of any other company. So if anybody can make a leg up, it's Apple. So let's see what bulls can do. Intraday support 201.31. Amazon with a leg up. 219.97 is your next resistance. This is such a healthy pattern. Compare Apple and Amazon. Look at all of these moving averages on Amazon below price. And look at Apple. All of these moving averages above price. Amazon is just on fire. Nvidia, we had this beautiful hourly squeeze. Bulls are benefiting. They are gapping up now. We're getting over this 145. 148.95 is your next resistance on NVDA. So 145 on a pullback, you could watch 145, this level here. Bulls want to hold that on a pullback. Yesterday's high, 144.29. So let's just use NVDA as the example that's applicable to any chart you're looking at. This green line is yesterday's high. Any name that's gapping up on a pullback, if bulls defend yesterday's high as support, that becomes a long signal. Gap rules. Gap ups, yes, for the most part, big gap ups are for buying and big gap downs are for selling. That is just a rule of thumb. But we need context and we have to look at the market. And the market is doing great. SMH, if SMH is leading, I don't want to short the market. And that's what we have going on now. Tesla, it is over the pre-market high of 335.66. We got a new pre-market high, 336.44. This is a little one that makes me have a cause to pause. We are looking for a daily lower high on Tesla. That is the more likely scenario after the big dump. Tesla can do its own thing. We know that. We are overbought on the hourly, 4 hour, not overbought yet, looking for a daily lower high. This gap up is not as appealing or not appealing to me. I would rather look for a short on Tesla. All right, ACHR, daily inside bar. The daily chart leaves a lot to be desired with this big swing down, but it had a nice recovery. And I like this hourly squeeze, but now we're gapping up. I love this squeeze and this tightening pattern. So now if you wanted to look at ACHR long, which I like it long, 1154 is yesterday's high. As long as bulls defend that on a pullback, that is a long signal. Hey, Hector. Congratulations, he has risen. D-Dog, I like short. D-Dog, we're right up against that daily 200 MA. 123.78, 123.77 double top. We are looking for a monthly lower high on D-Dog, and daily got overbought. I like it short. We're bouncing now with the market. If the market were to show signs of consolidation, I like D-Dog for a short. Netflix, I like long. Netflix, I have a little bit longer lens here. This isn't just for a day trade. Looking for that daily higher low compared to 1176. If bulls can get over 1205, which is the end of day high here, I like it long. I'm looking for a day trade but I'm looking at it from a daily chart, we're always looking at our multi-time frame view. Trump says a deal was made with China. Let me check that real quick. President Trump to hold new China tariffs at 30%. Okay, so not as high as he had originally said. Okay, so I like Netflix long above 1205, looking for the daily higher low. SMCI had announcement this morning of partnership or more expanding their business relationship with NVIDIA. I like this long. We're over yesterday's high, 43.65. I like this hourly squeeze. As long as we hold 43.65 on a pullback, I like SMCI long. ASML is a Queen of the Mountain runner-up trade setup. I like this chart. I like that we're getting above the weekly 50 MA, and I love this weekly squeeze. The problem is it's already moved up so much, July 16th. We have a ways till earnings. But I like a pullback buy on ASML for a swing long. All right, let's see if y'all have any chart requests. Circle's a new IPO. We're looking for a daily higher low. 101.51 is your support. I don't know what the offering price of this one is. I need to go look that up. If you are part of TCG, you know how many times I posted CRWV at $40. That was the original shelf or offering. And so it was a great level to buy CRWV. So Circle, I don't know what that level was. But we have 101.50. Well, let's back up. 102.50, 101.51, and then $100 psychological. I like this one long. The market is long. Market is bullish right now. I like this long against 101.51 for potential momentum. And this one has options now. Let me check. As of Monday, it was monthly options. Yeah, still monthly options. Let me look at the volume. The volume is great already on Circle options. $31. Thank you, Shambu. I appreciate that. All right. So Circle looks good. Looking for that daily higher low. Intel, we couldn't quite get over the daily 200 MA. We're in a daily uptrend. Weekly, we have an equilibrium. Weekly squeeze. Potential 4-hour bull flag. So as long as bulls can hold above 2161, that keeps consolidation healthy and a potential 4-hour bull flag. AZN. AZN, weekly higher high. Daily uptrend. 4-hour churning these EMAs. It looks good. I don't see a particular setup that I like, but it looks good overall. XLF I wanted to cover. XLF on the daily, we have the sideways range, daily squeeze forming. 4-hour beautiful squeeze on XLF. XLF looks good for a leg higher. Above 51.44, support 50.88. Now I was looking at JPM. It's already made its a move higher, a little bit ahead of XLF. So I was trying to find a name that hasn't. Bank of America can be painfully boring. Citigroup. I think I still like JPM better for a long, but XLF looks good. XLF has been going slightly inverse the market. So if XLF wants to join SMH to the high side, that's a strong sentiment for the market continuation. Okay, I think I did all the chart requests. Let me look at SMH one more time. Strong move. Yesterday's high, 262.68. NVIDIA will be key for continuation. And ARM looks good. That was the other one I wanted to mention. ARM, this could be a broadening formation with higher highs and lower lows. On the 4-hour, I like this pattern. I like that rounded pattern. This isn't quite a handle here. I'd have to go on a little bit higher time frame, but overall, ARM looks good. It's gapping up. As long as it holds 141.58, that is a long signal. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Hit that like button. Give me a follow on X @ChartGalLori. That would be lovely, and have a great day.